Hello to everyone. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is B Galaxy, and today we're going to go over some things you might be doing that are causing you to fall into a category that I don't even like to talk about, but it is being a simp, and the reason I don't like that word is because people tell guys that they're being assembled even when they say something nice or are simply being a gentleman, which is completely false. It's not true at all. I notice a lot of people make wonderful remarks for me, and then other guys comment beneath calling them a jerk. So just because you speak or do something kind for a female or someone else does not automatically make you a simp. So remember that. A simp is someone who has low self-esteem and does much too much for someone they like in the hopes that they will be liked back or that they will get something from that person. So the main difference between a good person and a simp is self-respect. So in this video, I'm going to speak about some things you could be doing that may be making you seem desperate, needy, clinging, or just lacking in self-esteem, which is ultimately what I want for all of you. I want you to have wonderful connections with yourself, to be confident, secure, to have self-respect, and to be honest with yourself. That is not the case if you are performing any of those things. So, in order to avoid doing any of these things, make sure you stay until the very finish. So, if you haven't already, press that subscribe button to stay up to date on when I post new video, and join the incredible men who have already subscribed to my channel. When I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be holding a really fantastic giveaway, so be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. First, we must unfollow her, guys. So, if you've been regularly commenting or DMing a lady on Instagram or whatever other social media platform she's on, and you're receiving nothing in return, just keep commenting, DMing, like, and commenting again, attempting to grab her attention. It won't work until you stop commenting 5 times on each picture. You must quit reacting to each and every tale she publishes. You must quit DMing her 20 times every day. It won't get you anywhere, men. I assure it just makes you appear desperate, compulsive, clinging, and needy, and that's not a good look. I guarantee you'll be a lot better off if you simply unfollow her, block her, or do whatever you need to do to stop thinking about her and attempting to contact her because it's not helping you. Girls frequently notice this and think you're being obsessive and weird, so it's alright to reach out to a girl every now and then to comment to her story if you're into her, but if you've been doing this for a long time and aren't receiving anything in return, it's time to stop. Second, we must unsubscribe from solely fans. This is going to irritate some of you, and to be honest, I hate that you're paying for it. I believe it is completely desperate. It's one of the most desperate things you can think of. I believe this is a false reality, and that merely having fans allows others to control and exploit you. These females make you feel as though you have a one-on-one emotional relationship with them, but all they care about is that you pay them every month. So, if you think you're having a true relationship with these females, I assure you that you're not. I'm sorry to be the one to inform you that you need to wake up. I want you all to go to your phones and unsubscribe from every single female you're subscribed to on Just Fans, as well as deleting your account for subscribing to them and giving them all this money. It doesn't make people notice you, it makes you seem desperate, and it doesn't make them like you. It doesn't make people think you're cool, and it doesn't make them like you in any manner other than like your credit card. They're just chatting to you so you'll pay them. I'm sorry to be the one to tell it, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but I believe this is a wake-up call that a lot of you guys need. The number one thing you can do as a simp is subscribe to a female on OnlyFans. Third, we must quit saying yes all the time. I believe that one of the most common fallacies is that being a yes guy and saying yes to everything all of the time would help you in the long term. When all it does is deplete you, make others take advantage of you, and accomplishes nothing for you. If you're continuously giving a lady money, bringing her shopping, and taking her on excursions, you're at her beck and call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. She'll probably continue to use you unless you stop her. Unless you're okay with becoming her sugar daddy, which you and she agreed upon before everything began. You must stop doing this, and you must stop constantly saying yes to people. This isn't only about saying yes to a female in your life, I believe it's about saying yes to everyone. When you're constantly a people pleaser and afraid of disappointing others, you actually do a lot of harm to yourself because you're not doing what makes you happy. Instead, you're doing what you think everyone else wants you to do or what you think everyone else thinks you should be doing, rather than what you actually want to do. This applies to everybody in your life, not just girls, although I believe you'll notice it more in romantic interactions. So, in addition to doing things for others, you don't necessarily have to agree with everything everyone says. You are permitted to say no and to have your own viewpoint because, at the end of the day, you are your own person, and that is what distinguishes you. So you don't have to agree with what everyone says all the time simply to agree. You may also refuse to do anything you don't want to do. You're not a horrible person for saying no, and she shouldn't make you feel awful if you don't always say yes. Every good relationship necessitates that you be upfront about what you enjoy, don't like, desire, and don't want. Way you can ensure you and your spouse are on the same page. People who always say yes are frequently highly insecure because they don't feel confident or comfortable enough in themselves to speak up for what they genuinely think or believe in. So you must learn to stand up for yourself when you feel taken advantage of, or just learn to say no when you don't want to do anything. The ideal female, or simply the right person in general, will not make you feel awful for saying no because they will respect you and your limits. Keep in mind that you do not always have to say yes to everything. Often, it only gives the impression that you don't respect yourself. Also, how dull is it to be with someone who agrees with everything you say or agrees with everything you do? That may seem to be a perfect world, but I assure it gets old after a while because one of the benefits of being human and having connections and relationships is being able to see other sides of things and have discussions that make you think about how you feel about things. So I believe it's occasionally useful to speak to someone who disagrees with you. Fourth, we must quit pursuing guys. So, although this is similar to number 1 and number 2 on the list, this is truly any female. If you're always pursuing a lady, you're always doing everything for her, to please her, win her over, and earn her attention. Stop spending your time, effort, and energy on someone who has made it apparent via their behaviors that they don't feel the same way about you or like you back, and are unwilling to return any of those things for you. You must be able to walk away from someone who does not reciprocate feelings for you, and this is where self-respect comes into play. This is the biggest difference between a gentleman or just a good guy and a simp because a gentleman or just a good guy can recognize when he is not being treated right and respects himself enough to walk away from a situation that is no longer serving him. So, instead of just giving to this girl, whatever it is, whatever resource you have, stop doing it. When you stop pursuing people, your life will improve, and I say that because when you chase someone, you are not doing yourself any favors. Instead of pursuing and attempting to capture someone's attention or make someone like you, you should concentrate on doing things that make you like yourself more. Carry out activities that make you joyful. Find a hobby, a passion, or an interest. Go to the gym, go for a run, do things for yourself, and wonderful things will come your way. When you begin to accomplish these things, you will become more self-actualized. You'll discover who you are, who you want to be, and who you want to be with. You'll begin to naturally attract these things rather than chase them. Number 5, we don't have to elevate individuals. So it's okay to think of ladies as fantastic and great and everything you've ever wanted in a person, but putting her on a pedestal encourages the princess mindset, which never serves you well. So women admire men who respect themselves, and I believe that is frequently why people say good guys finish last, and I believe it is simply because there is no self-respect, and how is a woman meant to respect you if she doesn't see that you respect yourself? There's a big difference between treating a female with respect and being a gentleman instead of placing yourself below her. So I believe all of the things on this list sort of build up to this final one, which is placing someone on a pedestal, because putting someone on a pedestal means idolizing them. You give them the "I am superior than everyone" mindset, and it will not assist you. It will not assist them and will just make your relationship dynamic more strange. So a man who elevates a woman always says yes to her. As previously said, she gets anything she wants and knows no bounds. I mean, it's just all of that mixed, and I believe it's a formula for catastrophe. As a result, you and your spouse should be treated equally and with respect. Respect for yourself, as well as limits, are essential components of a successful, happy relationship. There is no healthy or long-lasting relationship in which either person is placed on a pedestal. You should not allow somebody walk all over you and appear as if they have done nothing wrong. Please bear this in mind if they do. It all comes down to self-esteem. If you're doing anything on this list, you don't have self-respect right now, but that's alright because you've seen this video, you know what you need to do, and we'll keep trying to be the greatest versions of ourselves that we can be. Don't feel guilty if you do any of these things. I believe we all have to start somewhere, and sometimes all you need is someone to be really honest with you about what you're doing and how it's hurting you. So, that's all I got for today, people. If you liked this video or found it useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be notified when I post new stuff. I like communicating with every one of you on there as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.